So we are going to discuss about variables. So the variables is about the identifiers and the various data types that we can handle in Python. First, we need to know about assignment. What is the assignment to variable? We have x equal to 1. It means that we want to assign the value 1 to variable x. We have x equal to x plus 1. What does it mean? We have the first is we want to assign value 1 to a variable x. For the second one, let the old value of x be added by 1. So what is the old value of x? Now I know the x equal to 1. So x will be 1. 1 plus 1 will be 2. So now the value of x becomes 2. Okay, so that's the meaning by x plus 1. In Python, we can make the assignment at the same time. I have the variable I have variable j, I have variable k, and I want to assign all of them with the value of 5. Then I can have I equals to j equals to k equals to 5. The value of n is the addition of x and k. So what is the value here of n? If it is a sequence, okay, if we follow the rule from the top to bottom, x equal to 1. Now the new x will be 2. I and j and k equals to 5. Then x now equals to 2. Okay. And k equals to 5. Then it means we can have 2 plus 5. Then n equals to 7. Okay. If we just follow the rule from top to bottom. And we can also have a kind of swap. You know, swap. Swap means we want to change. Okay. In this case, x comma I equals to I comma x. So the x value, it will be updated with the I, and then the I value, it will be updated with the x. But later we will see that this might have some problem because it is like, yeah, we cannot update properly because we have the x and I and x. Okay. But what I want to say is we can swap the value with just this kind of statement. We call this is the assignment to a variable. To check the data type of the variable, you can type, for example, type x. So let's see. Let me have this. Okay, I will just make as the comments here. So I will put all the statements here. So if you use .py, you cannot print directly. In order to print, you need to print for every statement. Let's say after x equals to 1, I want to print x. So after I have this one, I will print x. And after this one, I can print, for example, I want to print the k. After this one, I want to print n. Okay. And at the end, I want to print x comma I. Okay, so for after every statement, I want to print. So let's check. The first result of the print is about the x. So if you want to make it clear, you can put x comma something like this. So I would like to know the variable x. What is the value of the variable x? Or I can also give this one x after added by 1. So you can give some explanation about what you are going to print. I'm going to print k, and then I'm going to, for example, I give equal sign, I give equal sign here, and then I give also equal sign, and then with comma. Okay. So let me run again. So the first x is 1, and then after added by 1, it becomes 2, and k equals to 5, n equals to 7. Okay. And you can see x and I now become 5 and 2. You can check the type of the variable. For example, I want to know the type of the variable x. If I want to know the type of the variable x, you can see here the x is integer. So we will check with another kind of data type later. So yeah, to check the data type of the variable, you can type x, something like this. So we can add the variable to any of the mathematical operators. For example, a equals to 2 plus 3. So this is the addition. B equals to 7 minus 4, subtraction. C equals to 3 multiplied by 5, and so on. So we learned this one last time. So what is variable? The variable means it is a container or a place to store the data values. Variable is assigned with a particular data type. If you still remember, we have at least 4 data types. You still remember? 4 data type in Python. First is integer, and then we have float, and then we have string, and then we have boolean. Okay, so those basic 4 data types, we will use it for creating any program. In Python, we do not need to specify the object type. Python will automatically determine the object type according to the given value. So let's say, okay, I have this one. Okay, let me close this. So let me run the result from this one. 5 is the result of 2 plus 3. And then 3 is the result of the subtraction, 7 minus 4. 15 is the result of this one. 5 divided by 2 is the result of this, and so on. Now you can see that there's a value 2.5. So let me check type of D. What will be the type of D? And then let me check the type of E. Okay. Oh, sorry, I need to print. As you can see, the 2.5 is a type of float because it is a number with comma. And the other values without comma is the integer type. Okay. Identifier. What is identifier? Identifier is name of variable. So whenever you create a variable name, yeah, you can create anything. For example, in the example that I give to you, so I use the variable name A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. And previously I use X, I, J, K, N, and so on. Okay. There is a rule to make the identifier or name of variable. So an identifier is a sequence of characters that consists of letters, digits, underscore, and dollar sign. Letters mean the alphabet, okay, A, B, C, and so on. Digits means number, 0, 1, 2, 3 until 9. Okay. Underscore, this is underscore, and then dollar sign. The identifier must start with a letter. So it should be starting with A under Z, the big letter, or the small letter of A under Z. Or the identifier must start with the underscore or with dollar sign. It cannot start with digit. And an identifier cannot be a reserved word. For example, you can see here, this identifier or this variable name is valid. This is okay. But this is not okay because it is digit. So based on the definition, it cannot start with digit. This one valid because it contains the underscore. This one is not valid. Why? Because it starts with digit. Okay. This one is valid because it starts with underscore. This one is not valid. Why? Because this one, there's a plus sign. So it is not alphabet. Okay. For it is invalid. Why? Because this is the reserved word. One of the reserved word is for. So what is the reserved word? Yeah, we can check maybe during the Python code. When you learn the Python code, you will see something like this one. For I, you can see that the font is different. Okay. Now it becomes blue, something like this, because this is the for statement in Python. Maybe you can, okay, I want to make a variable continue. If you can see directly the font becomes blue like this, then it means this is the reserved word. You cannot use it as variable. But if I want to change con, something like this, okay, this is available for the variable. So I can check, like say, con equals to 10. Then there is no problem. Okay. Okay. And you can check if the variable name is valid or not using the word is identifier. Let me close this one. So I want to know if this one ABC is identifier or not. If it is true, then you can use it as the variable name. If it is false, then you cannot use for variable name. Okay, if you run, is identifier ABC is identifier? Yes, you can use it. 99A is identifier? False. You cannot use it. Okay. Underbar is identifier? True, because you can start with the underbar. For is identifier? The result is true. Why? Actually, it should be false. Okay. But why Python make it true? Because this is a string. Okay. We have another word. We have another data type. We call it string. Just briefly, maybe I can say like name equals to for. Okay. So if this one with the double quote like this, it means it is string. So this string is different with the Python statement. So you can see if it is string, it is in the green color. If it is the statement in Python, it is in the blue color. So Python understand this is a string, not a Python statement. That's why it is true. So when you want to try whether it is a good identifier or not, you can just check based on the letter or based on the digit or the verification with the underscore or the dollar sign, but you cannot use the reserved word. An identifier cannot be true, false, or null because it is Boolean. And an identifier can be of any length. It can be very long, it can be very short. If it is too short, then you can use like the variable we have, like A, B. Okay. Or you can make a long variable. This is about our computer programming course. Okay. This is also okay. But when you make this long variable, yeah, it will make you difficult for doing more programming in the future. Okay. So let's try to make the identifier as small as possible, and you need to understand it. Okay, so that's about the identifier. Now, we can check the variable with the precedence. The precedent means order in which operators are evaluated. So generally, operators evaluate left to right. 1 minus 2 minus 3. So what is the result? 1 minus 2 minus 1. Minus 1 minus 3 minus 4. Okay. So the idea is the same with this one. We can make the bracket 1 minus 2 and then we do the minus 3. But multiplication, division, and modulus, it has a higher level of precedence than the plus and minus. 1 plus 3 multiplied by 4. What is the result? We can say that 1 plus 3, it is 4. Multiply by 4. 4 multiplied by 4 should be 16. But why 13? So let's say 1 plus 3 multiplied by 4. The result is 13. Okay. Why? We call this is the higher level of precedence. So the computer will make this one calculated first, and then it will go with the plus and minus from the left to right. Okay. So here, what is the result? We are going to start from the left to right. The first is plus, so we will skip. And then we will do 8 divided by 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then we go to the next. We try to find the division, multiplication, and modulus. 4 multiplied by 3, it is 12. After we finish with the division and the multiplication, then we will do the addition, the subtraction, again from the left to the right. So the result will be 80. Okay. In order to get the value 16, then you need to put the parenthesis. In the case of this parenthesis, it means we will do this one first. 1 plus 3 is 4. Multiply by 4. Then the result will be 16. Spacing does not affect order of evaluation. Let's say you put 1 plus 3, it is closer, and then multiply 4 minus 2. Do you think this is 4 multiply by 2? No. Okay. So it is still the same to check the higher level precedence. So 3 multiplied by 4, which is 12. And then start with the left. 1 plus 12. It is 13. 13 minus 2. Then it is 11. Okay. So what is the result from the following expression? Nine divided by 5. Yeah. 1. 0.8. 65 modulus 20. Yeah. The result is 5. 7 plus 6 multiplied by 5. The result is 37. Okay. 7 multiplied by 6 plus 5. 47. 2 for 8. Remainder 100 divided by 5. 9 point. So first we need to do this remainder. The remainder will be 48. Okay. 48 divided by 5. Then it means it will be 9.6. Okay. What about this? 6 multiplied by 3. It will be done first, and then 9 divided by 4. It will be done next, and then we will combine the result. 18 minus 2.2. Okay. So this will be 15.8. This one. We will do the parenthesis first. Okay. 5 minus 7, it means minus 2. Multiply by 4, then it will be minus 8. What about this? We will make the priority of the parenthesis. 17 minus 12. It will be 5. And then here we will check the parenthesis again. 18 modulus 5. Then it will be 3,6. Then 6 plus 3,6. It will be 9,6. Okay. What happens if we have the floating point? Okay, so before the examples for our previous precedents, it is about the integer. But what if we use the floating point? The precedence of floating point values, it is the same as integers. So we have 2.0 multiply 2.4 plus 2.25 multiply 4.0 divided by 2.0. Okay. So the idea is the same. we will start with the multiplication, and then we again check the multiplication. After we have the result, we will check the division, and then finally we will check the addition. So the step will be the multiplication first, and then the next multiplication, and then the division, and then at the end we have the result. Okay. What if the value is mixed between integers and floating point? So when it is mixed, then the result will be float. 4.2 multiplied by 6, it will be 12.6. So the conversion of the operator, it will affect only its operand. So for example, this one. Oh, okay. I have this mix between the integers and the float. So 7 divided by 3, it will be float. Okay. And then I will multiply with float. So the result will be float. And then I will have another float. And float plus float will be float. What about this? The same, because float is the higher level. So the result will be also float. So 10 divided by 3, it will be a float. And then float multiplied by float, it will be float. And then we have integer divided by integer, it will be float. And we will have float because 2.0 is float plus float. And the result will be float. Okay. So the float is the higher than the integer. So, question. Suppose today is Saturday and you and your friends are going to meet in 10 days. What day is in 10 days? Sunday. How do you know? How do you know? Dr. Kiarayo? Saturday is today. So the next 10 days. Tuesday. How? So now is Saturday. Then the next day is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay. If we can check with this one, okay. So the next day will be considered as 1. So yeah, you can find it is Tuesday. Actually, if we calculate the Saturday is 0, so Sunday is 1, then it will be the Tuesday. Okay. So we can use a kind of formula for this one. What is it? So we can assume that 0 is Sunday. And then we have 1 as Monday. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is Sunday. This is Monday. This is Tuesday. This is Wednesday. This is Thursday. This is Friday. And this is Saturday. And then I want to meet in the next 10 days. So if I have the value 6 for the Saturday, so 6 I want to meet in the next 10 days. After I go to, after I add with 10, I know that this range of value is in between 0 until 6. So it means we have only 7 values. So we can do with the remainder 7. Then the result will be 2. So 2 is Tuesday. Okay. So this is how we can use the mathematics. How we can use the program to do something related to our daily life. Scientific notation. So the floating point literals can also be specified in scientific notation. For example, we have the 1.23456 E plus 2. So it is the same with the 1.23456 E2, and it is equivalent to 123.456. Can you understand? So the number here is 1.2456 multiplied by 10 power of 2. So the E plus 2 means this is the 10 power of 2. The 10 power of 2 equals to 100. Then this number, if it is multiplied with 100, then it becomes 123.456. Okay. What about this? 1.23456 E minus 2. The same with this idea. It means 1.23456 multiply 10 power of minus 2. 10 power minus 2, it becomes 1 divided 100. Then this number, if it is multiplied with 1 divided 100, it becomes 0.01234556. Okay. E, the big E or the small e, represent an exponent, and it can be either in lowercase or uppercase. So you can check. If I want to print this number, so the result will be 123.456. If I change this to minus, then it will be 0.012346. Okay. Because this is the scientific notation. And for some operators, it has a way to shorten it. Let's say I want to do something like this. I equals to I plus 8. So when I explain to you in the first part, we have x equals to x plus 1. It means the old value of x will be added by 1. And it becomes a new value in the variable x. You can shorten it to this statement. I plus equal 8. Then it is the same with I equals to I plus 8. F minus equal 8.0. It means it is the same with the F equals f minus 8. We can also do with the multiply, division, and modules. If we have I equals to multiply equal 8, then it is the same with this one. I equals to I multiply by 8. So you can check. Let's say I have x equals to 2. So I can have x plus equal to. So I have the x plus equal to, and then I want to print the x. Then it will be 4. Okay. I can do with the other operators, multiply. Let's say I change this one to 3. So it is 6. Okay. And then I can also divide. So 2 divided by 3, then 0.6666 something. Okay. I can say also with the modulus, 2 modulus 3, then the remaining value is 2. Okay. Okay, let's have a break. Okay, I will continue after 10 minutes.